Yes, make sure everybody's muted. Unless you're talking, please make sure that you're muted. Okay. So we're going to be talking about launching your business in 30 days. This is Brittany, and she joined, I don't know what day it was in April, but she joined, and in 18 days, she promoted to certified. And within her first 30 days, she had promoted to lead consultant. And I think that's really super awesome. And we don't see a lot of that. And so I just kind of wanted her to share her story and how she was able to do that. But I also want to share how we met and how it's possible for you to meet people and to recruit people without actually going out into the world if you're not that type of person. If you're not an Amber Dixon and you're not driving all over town, like it's still possible to meet people. You don't have to be gone from your home all the time. So Brittany and I actually met in a mom's group. Um, she was searching for a new admin of a group, and I told her that I would be an admin. So she got me hooked up with all of that. We both ended up leaving that group. Um, but we still stayed in contact. Like we would talk about the weather, talk about the kids, just talk about whatever. And we kind of just made this connection. And now this wasn't a super fast thing that we done. I think I knew her for probably 6, 7 months before I ever even said anything about Cincy to her. But she did know that I was a Cincy consultant because she saw me sharing on my page. She saw the things that I posted. And then one night, Cincy had an opportunity call, and I asked her, "Hey, I just wanted you to jump on this call and give me a quick review. Like, let me know what you think about it." And lo and behold, she did end up joining, and she came out of the gate running, and she never slowed down. So that is how I got her on my team. But I want to share a screen with you because I have this whole entire onboarding system that I have dumbed down for myself because I don't like complicated things. I need simple things. The simpler the better. So I'm going to share the screen with you and show you my onboarding process and what I sent to her. And y'all let me know if y'all can see. Okay, can you see my screen? Anybody see my screen? Okay.
Yes, we see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is a resource board that I created, not only for my team, but I shared it out with other people as well. This has tons of different things for your new teamies to go through and to look at real catalog, real life pictures, post ideas like these post ideas, like there are tons of them. Wax bundles galore. I mean, we have a ton of things. Okay. So I always share this with my team as soon as they join, but also I have my onboarding down here in this same resource hub that I call it. And if you click on onboarding, it goes step by step exactly what you're going to do. So I sent her step one, log into your workstation, gave her the website, told her what it was, and told her to check out the news tab in the training section. Step two, create your first party link, explain what that was, told her all the things about that. And then I provide this how to create a party link. Like this is the instructions, how you do this. And so it goes through step by step what you're going to do. Make a list of friends and family. These are your warm circle, the people you already know, love, and trust you. 20 to 30 names, told her to write them down. She made that list. You go to step four. And I didn't send these back to back. I kind of sent them like when she said, okay, I'm done with step one. Now what's next? And so I kind of sent them in a series, but it was over the course of probably a day. And then we get to step five, and I give example messages of what you can send. And I tell her not to spam and like invite a bunch of people and all that stuff. So I've kind of broken this down into different steps. And then we go into talking about goals. And then I have other images on here with things that you can do to launch your business. And these are graphics that I made one day, probably, I don't know, a year ago or so. I even teach them how to enter individual orders on the website. And I send them that. And then we talk about shooting star and sensational start. And now when we started talking about these goals, y'all, she really got excited. Okay. She wanted to hit all the things. She hit shooting star. She hit sensational start 1, sensational start 2, and she's working on sensational start 3. She's got 13 days left, I think. And these goals really motivate her because she wants to earn all of the things. I even go into talking about local bulk orders and what that looks like and how you can collect local bulk orders and then deliver, or they can pick up, or whatever. And even at the bottom, pro tip, add the bags to your order for just $1 for 10 bags. I just wanted to touch base on kind of like all the things. And so this is, I'm sending her via text message, okay? And then I just did some 10 tips for brand new consultants to find customers. And then you kind of go into, I included the how to close a party here as well. But a lot of times it's still really hard to figure out. So I do Zoom with them or talk to them on the phone to help them to do that. Then you come down here to the very end. This is my website that I created. It is like my onboarding central, like all of the things that you need to know are right here. And so this is just kind of their welcome, and some of the same stuff that's on that other is right here for them to see later. This what to post, I've linked, well, that's another board, but it won't let me open it. You've got your mock party. So the mock party is linked on here. The essential consultant success path, that is on here. All they have to do is click it. It'll go straight to it. It goes over goals once again, new consultant awards, and then it goes into product training, the consultant guide, customer support, all of the things. And then at the very bottom, it has all of the groups that I love, that I use. It has all of those linked there. So this is all the information I sent her. This is all in that resource board. It is available to all of you to use. So when you get a new teammate, let me stop screen sharing. How do I get back? Hold on. Are we back? Okay. Here we are. Okay, so when you do get a new teammate and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to tell them. I don't even know, like you're losing your mind. This gives you step by step so you can break it down and make it very easy. Now, is this going to work on every single person that you recruit? Absolutely not, because some of those people you just can't get them connected. But those people that you can get connected, those are the people that are gonna work really, really hard to reach their goals. And so now I'm just gonna kind of let Brittany talk about what that looked like for her in her first 15 days and how she went about finding her first new teamie. I'm talking, this girl went right into 30-minute parties on Messenger. Like, she started bam, bam, bam. And even if it wasn't successful, it didn't stop her. She didn't stop because something didn't work. She kept going. And she's not a negative person. She's a very positive person. And she's just kept this very positive outlook the entire time. And she's like, oh no, I can get that done. Oh, that girl didn't work out. It's fine. I'll find another one. And she reminds me so much of myself. And I love that about her, because she's like, oh, well, you know what? I found this girl, but she's already been a Scentsy consultant. So she's not going to help me get that Sensational Start level 3, but that's okay. I can find somebody else. Well, that girl didn't want to get involved in MLM or whatever. That's okay. I don't need someone like her on my team. I can find somebody else. And so it's just, she's kept like this positive outlook like this entire time. And she doesn't let the word no stop her. She doesn't let being ignored or blocked or anything. She doesn't let that stop her. She continues to keep going. So I just kind of want to let her share about her experience, and then we'll be open for questions if y'all have any questions. So Brittany, if you want to go ahead and unmute, I'm going to mute.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not really sure why, but it's not allowing me to see myself and it's bothering me. So let me see how to do that first. I think that's how to do it. Nope, it's bothering me. Okay, there we go. I found myself. So basically what I did is I started, so I have two Facebook pages. One has like 4,000 something on it, and the other one had only like 1,000 people. And what I did was I just messaged and messaged and messaged people on both Facebooks. And I, like you said, I didn't take one person's no. I was just like, if someone says no, that's someone else's yes. Someone else will say yes to you. No matter if I message 1,000 people in one day and they all say no, like I have told myself too, if a lot of the people that are I've noticed that a lot of the people that are around me, I'll say, hey, I know that you were saying that you didn't want to do the shipping. How about we meet up and I can do a bulk order and we can do it that way instead? And they were more willing to do that instead of paying $10 in shipping as well. Because sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And then they'll be like, wait a minute, there's $10 in shipping. I don't want to have to pay another extra $10 on top of the tax and everything else. Um, so I do a lot of bulk orders. But like I said, I just keep going and going and going. And I've been blocked. I've been told off by a whole bunch of people. People are not nice sometimes, but I just still keep going. And I'm just like, I'll eventually get it. Somebody will eventually say, oh my gosh, I've been waiting to find somebody who sells Scentsy and XYZ. And there was one lady that had told me, she's like, that's not a great way to introduce yourself to somebody if you just friended them. Every person I friend, I know it's, I send every person that I send a new friend request to, I tried to send them a message within like that day of getting to be friends with them and letting them know, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant, no pressure at all. Just wanted to let you know if you're ever interested, I'm the girl for you, whatever. If you want my website, let me know. The girl went off on me and was like, that's not a great way to become friends with somebody, and then blocked me. So I was like, you know what? I don't need you in my Facebook then if you're going to be that way. So and I didn't let it stop me. I still continue every day to add people. I've gotten to the point where I've added too many people and they put me on the spam risk. So now I can't message people on that Facebook. And yes, bye haters. Yes. I've messaged so many people that they're, or friended so many people, messaged people so much, they put me on the spam thing and I can't message or if I haven't talked to those people every single day, I'm not able to message them. So now I have to go to my other Facebook and go and do that. But they still let me post and things, which is nice, but I'm just not able to send out messages or friend requests. But um, let me, adding the girl on my team, it's actually funny. It was one of my customers' daughters. I was meeting up to give someone their bulk order and her daughter was there and was like, oh my gosh, I want to do Scentsy. And, you know, I didn't think anything of it because I've had so many people say that to me and never follow through with it. Well, she actually messaged me on Facebook later that night and she was like, I really want to start Scentsy today. And can you help me? And then I was like, yeah, I would totally be down to help you. And I ended up getting her enrolled and she ended up joining my team. And I had another girl who I did not know she was already a consultant before, but I had another girl join my team last night. And she just joined and I have someone else joining my team tonight. So I'm super excited, but like I said, I don't take someone's no. I mean, even if they say no, I am like, okay, well, whatever. They may not say, they may say no now, and in like 20-30 days they might say yes because at the time they didn't have money and they're like, okay, well, let me get some now. Or like if you say, I know you said no and you weren't like wanting that or anything, but if it's the shipping that's an issue or if it's this and this, I can help you and we can work together and um, make it to where you can do that. And like I said, most of the time they probably say, I'm okay, but there's been a handful of people that where I could say that I said, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant, and like a month later they've messaged me and said, hey, I'm ready to sell or I'm ready to buy now. And they'll come in and they'll get the stuff and want to buy from me. And now I talk to them every single day. I check in on them. I've made a relationship with all these people that have bought from me, even if they haven't bought from me and they said they want to buy from me, or even if they don't want to buy from me, I still try to have a connection with these people because they may eventually say, you know, Brittany's really nice and she really genuinely cares about me.
That is really what it's all about right there, is like somebody who genuinely cares about you and like what's going on in your life. And you're not just there for the sale. And that's how Brittany is, because she really is such a genuine person, to where like we were connected pretty quickly, but not on a Scentsy level. It was strictly personal. And we've never met in person. We met in this mom group. She lives like 2.5 hours north of me. but we really connected, and like we share like personal stuff with each other, like things that we've gone through, things that we are suffering with, or whatever. So it's been like on a really personal level, and I feel like she's like that with a lot of the people that she meets. She's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't get out a whole lot, and so the way that she meets people also is kind of the same way that I meet people. But I want you to go back to that reinstatement, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I want you to kind of go over like, how did that happen? Did you ask her to join? Was that someone that you were talking to? Did you already have a relationship? Like, what did that look like?
So I asked her, like I do everybody. I messaged them at the beginning and say, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant, XYZ. She said, thank you. I had posted maybe back in April when I first started, because I wanted to get a team together. And I texted her back in April and was like, hey, or she texted me back in April and was like, hey, I saw your post about wanting to get people on your team or whatever. And she said, how much would that be? Well, at the time, I told her, I said, it's 59, or it's 59 if I have credits or something like that. And then it'd be 99 if I didn't have any. I'm not really sure how that worked at the time. And so she just kept messaging me weekly. Hey, have you got your credits yet? Blah, 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 blah. I would tell her I'm almost there or whatever. And then she kind of dropped off the radar for a while. And then within the last week, I was like, she messaged me that. And I was like, I'm really going to text her and see if she's still interested. Well, come to find out, she was already a Scentsy consultant in the past. So she got to join back in, and I told her, I was like, do you need any help or whatever? And she says, no, I pretty much got it. And she says, I know how to do most of it because she already had been a consultant before. So she didn't really need any help, but I'm still going to be here every step of the way to help her. And then the other one who's going to join me today, it's the same thing. I introduced myself and said, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And she didn't do anything on my message or anything. And then last night when I posted about Scentsy and said I would like someone to join my team or whatever, she commented and said something on there, and we have been texting back and forth, and I convinced her to join again. And she was like, how does this work? How does this work? And then she says, okay, you got me. I want to join again. So she was supposed to make the call this afternoon sometime to, I don't know if she got a chance to, but she was supposed to make the call to get reinstated and join my team. So, but like I said, I don't take no for an answer sometimes. I just keep going and keep pushing through. And whether they say no, maybe they may not in the future. Or if, let's just say they say no and then they like my Facebook post, I go back and message them and say, hey, I saw you liked my post on Facebook. Are you interested in that? Because, if they didn't like your post, if they were not interested, they wouldn't have liked your post. And sometimes they say, oh yeah, I'm just looking around, or I'm waiting, or whatever the case is. Or I'll get left on red, and that's completely fine too. But like I said, I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Like the first month I sold, I think it was $1,000 or so that I sold from April to that May. And then from May till June 1st, I sold another $1,000 and then some, but I'm trying my hardest in the next 13 days to sell more because I want to make that the next goal, and I need to get another teamie. So I'm going to keep pushing. And like I said, I'm not going to take someone's no, and I'm just going to keep going and going and going until someone does want to order. So, but
so I think the thing that we can take away from this is that you talk to a lot of people
every day, all day. My husband's like, do you stay on your phone? Like, do you want to like interact with us? And I'm just like, babe, I'm trying to make money over here. Like, I'm really trying. And he was like, can you like be present with us? And I was like, you'll thank me when I'm not asking you for money here in a few weeks. You'll be like, oh, okay, that's totally fine. But also, I posted today, and it was about somebody saying about small businesses or something, and I I genuinely feel this way. I have made a connection with all of my customers. I text them daily. Or every other day or something, but I have a connection with every single one of them, and I genuinely care about them all. They all some of them have issues in some sort of way, and I talk to them every day about it and tell them I'm here for them. I'm not just here to sell them stuff. Because some people may feel like you're just wanting to sell them stuff and that you're not going to have a connection with them. But I genuinely just want a connection with these people. And on top of it, they buy my stuff because I've been so nice. And so, and also I will say too, if you're in like Facebook groups, this is another way I've met a lot of my customers too. I was in another Facebook group for like a photography page for somebody, and I met a lot of good friends off that page. And over the past year and a half or so, I've been in contact with them. I've reacted to their posts, and I've made friends with them. And so they were more willing to want to buy from me because I already had a connection with them. And they were people that I knew, and they liked me as a person. And they knew that I wasn't just going for the money. I was going because I genuinely cared about them. And a lot of people were proud of my accomplishments when I made my goals and everything. And they were very proud of me, and they were willing to help me. And, but I think that, you just have to keep pushing through, no matter if someone says no 1,000 times or 1,000 people tell you no. There's going to be that one person that's going to be like, you know what? I kind of want to buy 3 Scentsy Airs, and I want this, this, and this. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. This is what I needed. So.
And I think that part of you talking about the people that you're connected with is that like, know, and trust factor. Like, they already like you, they already know you, they already trust you.
Exactly.
They already want to see you succeed. And so that's really awesome. I love that you shared that.
Yes.
So she has just been on fire since she started. She works every single day. She has no excuses. Even when she's been sick, she's had mental health issues. She's got 2 small kids. They've got things. She has a husband who's in the Air Force. I think the Air Force, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She's got a husband who's in the Air Force. She's active in her church. Like, she's got all of these things going on, and she doesn't use any of the things that come up or any of the things that happen make her negative or use those as an excuse not to work that day. So whatever working looks like for her, because working looks different for all of us, right? Amber gets out of her house and she goes and delivers sample packs and goes around to businesses in town. That's what working looks like for her. Me, I'm at home running social media, trying to build my following, trying to build my presence. And that's what working looks like for me. And then for many others, there's different ways that you work. Maybe you go to a job and you're in the workplace and you're sharing samples with your coworkers or introducing them to Scentsy. That's how you're working. So there are so many different ways to work this business, so many different ways to find people who want to join your team. And there are so many different ways to onboard people, to show them how this works. It just takes putting it into a little bit of action. And so, do you have anything else to add, Brittany?
I was going to say real quick, doing Facebook parties too, like Facebook Messenger parties. I've done so many of them. Like she said at the beginning, some of them I had not a single person respond to them. And you know what? That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. But at least I got to say what I needed to say. And maybe they're just not going to buy right now, but maybe in 2-3 months, they might say, hey, I'm ready to buy. And I remember you talked about this and this and this. But Scentsy parties, if you have a really close friend that you know that has knows a lot of people, say, hey, invite your friends and tell them about Scentsy and blah, 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 blah. And then I'll take it from there in the party. And she has one of those message boards on the boards things where it says messenger party. She made that so we can do like messenger parties and everything. And like I said, some of them done anything, and then some of them I've made some really good sales off of them. So messenger parties and just keep pushing and pushing.
And then those are now contacts that you have developed a relationship with.
Oh, yeah.
And you wouldn't have had those if you wouldn't have done those messenger parties. So
Exactly.
I'm super proud of her for continuing to push and continuing to go for her goals, because it really makes me excited. And whether you do a little or whether you do a lot, however you decide to work your business, like, it's our business. We get to decide how we want to work it. We get to decide what we want to do with it. But if you're in a season where you want growth, it's going to take a lot of stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that you really don't want to do so that you can see yourself hit some of those goals. So I'm just super proud of her. I'm going to stop the recording and then we're going to take some questions. I think I already stopped the recording. Oh, crap.
Oh, no. No, it still says recording.
Is it recording? Hold on. I actually don't know how to stop the recording, so
It says right here, if you go to like more, it says record, and then it says off to the side, stop recording.
I don't think it's recording over here because I have a recording thing. Oops, I think I messed it up when I did my share screen.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It'll be fine. Anyways, does anybody have any questions for me or for Brittany for the onboarding, for the resource board, for any of that? Does anybody have any questions? And that is free for all of you to use. I've posted it before. I will post it again and share it. If you're not using boards, it really is a game changer. But does anybody have any questions? No questions? Okay. Well, we're going to call it that, and we're going to hope that this stupid thing recorded, because if not, Tracy's going to punch me in the face and make sure there's nothing in the chat. Okay, well, thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me and Brittany. I'm super excited to watch her continue launching her business. And if y'all have any questions, y'all can message me, and I will share the board again on the Scented Bliss page for y'all.
And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me too.
Yes, message her. She's super nice. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.